Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the CO2 Rundown. I'm your host, Chad Owens. Happy Monday. I hope you all had an amazing weekend. Man, it was a wet and rainy one yesterday, and it is today as well. So I just want to say to be safe out there. Take your time, and but look, embrace it. I found myself complaining about how hot it was, and here we had a little chilly weather. You gotta embrace that, take advantage of it, put a hoodie on, and be comfortable. But anyway, look, we've got some NFL playoff football to dive into. But before we get into that, I want to say mahalo to Long's Drugs for all of the support of the show. Let's continue to support local and making Long's Drugs a part of our days. Let's dive on in to the CO2 Rundown. We're going to get right into it. NFL playoffs. The San Francisco 49ers lost to the Philadelphia Eagles 31-7. That score, it doesn't, I don't want to take anything away from the Eagles because they've been the most consistent team all year in the league. And they're good. They're really good. But the 49ers weren't at their best. Starting QB who's just been this crazy story this year. Brock Purdy got an injury early, and it was an injury to the elbow. And, although he did come back into the game later just to hand off the ball, that's because he couldn't throw the ball more than 5 yards. They're saying he suffered a UCL potential sprain and hopefully not torn, right? It's the ulnar collateral ligament. This injury typically happens to pitchers, right? The overuse of throwing that fastball or the angle, right? When pitchers throw that curveball, they get their elbows in these crazy torqued positions. So the injury that was sustained to Brock Purdy when he went to throw, right? His hand got kind of chopped and forced that mechanism. And so the surgery that is potential is called that Tommy John surgery if it is fully torn. And that's not going to be good. It takes about 9 months to a year, maybe longer, to fully recover from Tommy John surgery. So they're hoping and praying that after getting the MRI results back today, that it was just a sprain. And if that's the case, we're looking at about 6 months or 6 weeks or so, 6 weeks, which is the best case scenario. 49ers, they had the best defense in the league. This is like 1 versus 1, right? Niners versus the Eagles. But the Niners weren't at their best. And I'm not trying to make excuses for the Niners. It's just unfortunate. Injuries happen in the world of sports. I talk about it all the time. But, man, a guy like Brock Purdy, the reason why I'm talking about this so much is, you root for a guy like that, right? They call him Mr. Irrelevant. Just came out of nowhere. No one gave him a shot. And here he comes and just literally takes over. Humble, hardworking, and a baller at the end of the day. He brought the San Francisco 49ers this far. And so I just wish him nothing but the best. Hopefully that these results are the most positive. So congratulations to the Eagles, though. They are headed to the Super Bowl. And Philly's going crazy. So can't wait to see that one. And on the AFC side, the Kansas City Chiefs get it done once again. They're AFC champions. They defeated the Cincinnati Bengals 23-20 in a nail-biter. This was a back-and-forth game between two of the league's top quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow. I had Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals coming out of this one. I thought they were the better team coming in. I thought they were more explosive on offense. And I thought that their defense was pretty solid. And with Mahomes having that high ankle sprain, I didn't think he would be mobile enough to play. But he proved everyone wrong yet again. He was mobile enough, and especially towards the end where he scrambled and ran for that first down. Even then, if the defender doesn't get the the personal foul, the extra 15 yards because he pushed Mahomes out of bounds. That's a play where you just got to think, okay, he's out of bounds. I ran him down. That's it. We'll go play one more play on defense and give ourselves a chance to win this thing in overtime. Well, we all know what happened. They got the extra 15 yards, and they kicked the field goal for the game winner. And that's how it ended. And that's how it happens sometimes, right? In football, I talk about turnovers and penalties, right? The two biggest factors in the game. It happened on the NFC side, right? Although San Fran lost Brock Purdy early, it was the defensive penalties and the turnovers offensively that lost in that game. And you can't do that against a team like Philly, Jalen Hurts, right? The consistency throughout the whole year. A team that led this year when they have the lead. They win when they're having the lead throughout the game. They know how to sustain leads and keep that. All right, so here on the AFC side, the Chiefs, they've been here, they've done it, they've got the experience, and they're going back to the Super Bowl 57. Chiefs versus the Eagles. This is going to be exciting in Arizona, February 12th. I cannot wait to talk about this, to see all the build-up and all the hype. And it gives Patrick Mahomes a couple of weeks to heal up for their ankle. But I don't know. My early Super Bowl prediction right now between these two, I'm going to go with Philly. I'm going with Jalen Hurts. He's been the most consistent all year. He's been just so cool in everything. And I think their defense, that D-line, is something special. So let's see how it all unfolds. Our University of Hawaii Rainbow Warrior football team secured one of the top junior college defensive backs with a commit. DeMarco Nunu Moore. I guess Nunu's his nickname. And Steven Tsai writes, the 6'1", 185-pound defensive back was your CCC FCA first team junior college All-American. All right, one of the best in California, which California develops a lot. Not just defensive backs, but just football players in general, right? Top players in the country all go to Power 5 schools. And a lot of these kids that end up at junior colleges, hey, they're five-star recruits. They just didn't have the grades. Sometimes that's the route they have to go. And eventually they find themselves at Division I programs. And I know we're thankful to have landed, Nunu as part of our team. He's had 9 interceptions, 50 tackles as a defensive back, as a corner. So 6'1", 185, that's a physical presence out there, right? That's someone that can go play man-to-man. He's got the range. He's probably got the speed, right? And that's what you want out there. Sort of becoming a thing, in the NFL, these bigger defensive backs, because why? Out there, you got bigger, taller, faster, stronger receivers. And you got to be able to come up and make tackles. So that tells me that he's not afraid to come up and lay the hat. Okay, and that's what we need. And that's that warrior mentality. That's tone setters. Right? We got coaches on this staff that believe in that. Right? Chris Brown, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so look, we're excited to land that. He's expected to sign this Wednesday for the spring signing day. So look, DeMarco, hey, welcome. Bring all of that knowledge, bring all of that experience, and bring that grit, right? And that bring all that talent, right, with you here to the islands. I know you said when you were on your recruiting trip, you connected with everybody. It felt like home. It felt like the right place for you. So I'm glad we were able to provide that for you. You felt the Aloha spirit, and we cannot wait to watch you, this fall. Let's go, Bows. In other sports, Dave Reardon's got an article in today's Honolulu Star-Advertiser, and I absolutely love this. I got chicken skin when I read it. I even got chicken skin right now just thinking about it. The WSL, the World Surf League, just announced that it will now name its World Championship trophy, right? It's going to be now known as the Duke Kahanamoku WSL Champions Trophy. They're naming their most prestigious award in the world of surfing after Duke Kahanamoku. Woo! We watched the movie Waterman, and that was about Duke's life and the impact he made, how he took Aloha with him everywhere, and just sort of changed the world, in my opinion. Went into places that were high in racism, and he sort of changed that, you know. And he led with Aloha, and everyone just wanted to watch Duke surf. So that right there, that iconic legacy that he's left behind, I mean, yeah, it's time to give Duke his flowers for real. This is just, I'm very appreciative of this. I know his family, the entire surf world is loving this, especially here in Hawaii, but he deserves more, right? We need to continue to rise our legends and the people that have made differences, not just here, but in the sports and in the world. And so, look, I'm excited about that. I want to say mahalo to WSL for stepping up and doing something like that, because it truly is deserving. So with that, congratulations, the Duke Kahanamoku WSL Champions Trophy. I cannot wait to see who's the first winner. And you know, I'm gonna put my money that it's gonna be someone from Hawaii. Let's go. And that is it for today's show. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in with me here today on this gloomy Monday afternoon, but still beautiful. So thank you guys again for tuning in. Make sure you guys go take a look at the Honolulu Star-Advertiser for the rest of the sports news. We've got a lot of great writers that be putting in the work to bring you those stories. So with that, I want to say mahalo to Long's Drugs again for all of your support of the show. Let's continue to support local and making Long's Drugs a part of our days. I'll see you guys come Wednesday. Aloha.